don't forget what you need to do for the deceased. Maria Sima, who wrote extensively on the Holy Souls, a Catholic mystic, said that the Holy Souls told her regularly that tears do nothing for them at the funeral. I mean, tears are more for us, and that's okay. We go
Yeah,
through a
grieving.
grieving process,
Yeah.
but what they need most is prayer. And, we canonize the people in the casket often, and I was careful to not do that with my father.
Mm.
I told him that he needed prayers. And, go back to Fulton Sheen. He said, the greatest fear we have is dying. But why? He said it's because we haven't practiced for it.
Mm.
Now, who thinks of that?
Right.
Like, what happens? And so he said, at death, we have to say goodbye to everything. So learning how to detach now, he said, is important. Now, what's interesting was my dad was most worried about leaving my mom and my sister, but my mom passed anyway, financial security. And the thing was, he didn't take any of that with him.
Mm.
He had to say goodbye to everything. And I'm not sure he was ready to do that. But if we can do that, if we can learn to detach now, then we're ready for the end of life when we have nothing but God. And, Fulton Sheen said, practice for it. Now, what's a good practice for that? The answer is Advent and Lent. These are two penitential seasons. A lot of people don't think Advent is penitential. It really, it started that way. It started as a 40-day fast to prepare for Christmas, just like Lent is a 40-day fast for Easter. And so Lent is a really good way because it's a practice for dying. It's being stripped on Good Friday so we can then experience Easter Sunday. And as Christians, we should be used to dying. St. Paul said we need to die daily as Jesus did. So here's what I love, Father. When you're in the confessional, this, but every night we go to bed is like a mini death, and every morning we wake up is like a mini resurrection for the body, but also confession for the soul. Every time we sin, it's a death, but every time we go to confession, it's a resurrection.
Mhm.
And so, in order to not be afraid of dying, we need to practice for it by going to confession to be resurrected from the death of sin, by, every morning when we wake up, thanking God that we rose for another day. People don't always think of this. And so death is stripping of all things of this life that we hold on to, leaving us only with God. And that's why, remember St. Bartholomew? He literally had his flesh stripped away. They cut his flesh off, but he was joyful. And they're like, how could that be? Because he showed gratitude for the life he was given, not resentment in losing it. Nothing's owed to us. And so to me, that the saints give us a great example.